Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Elliot, and this is a video blog about Stagecoach. First off, I'm on my way to my friend Haley's wedding, and it's in Carlsbad, super far. So I have 20 miles to do this video, and then we'll be good. Another important note, I'm going to finally open up a Vimeo account. It's Vimeo, and the reason why is because everything is just blocking me. Facebook, I literally haven't been able to post a video for like a month, and they haven't unblocked me. I could send in a request or something, but like I don't even want to deal with it anymore. And so I'm basically never going to post a video again through Facebook. It'll just be like external videos from something else. So if you want to follow me on my Instagram, MrJT831, I'm also probably going to, like I said, open up a Vimeo account. And so when I do, I'll make a video for that, and it'll be all of my Stagecoach videos that I still haven't sorted through. I have 40 gigs of videos and pictures to sort through. So I'll do that, a lot of it on Monday, but wish me luck. I just thought I haven't really been able to open up about my Facebook experience, my Stagecoach experience this year. And that was because I needed to process a lot of things. I needed a lot of feelings to settle down. I needed to rest. And now that it's a literal week later, it's Sunday today. Stagecoach was last Sunday, and so I felt like I should probably start on this right now. And so I'm just going to talk about Stagecoach and how I felt about it in the most politically correct, now that I'm famous kind of way, as much as I can. If there's a lot of pauses in this video, it's because I'm trying to figure out a way to say something that doesn't like this. I'm trying to figure out a way to say something that allows me to still teach at Stagecoach next year. Not that anything that I would say is too harsh, but there was a lot of things that I would have changed, and there's a lot of things that bothered me on like a personal level. For all the people that went to Stagecoach, it's not what you're thinking, and I'm not even really going to touch on that. Stagecoach this year was way different than last year, which was Jackie and I, our like main saying for the week, and it's the same but different, and it was totally different. So last year I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what the stage was. I didn't know how many people were there. I didn't know what teaching was like. I didn't know what was going on with me and Jackie. And this year I basically knew. I knew that we were staying at a hotel. I knew that we were, I knew what the stage was like. I knew what teaching was like. I've been teaching with Anne-Marie since last Stagecoach, because like minutes before or weeks before was when I started teaching with Anne-Marie and learning her style and learning why she does the things that she does when she's teaching. And I've been able to learn from that and develop for a year. And so teaching was much easier this year. I mean, just in that technical aspect of it, how to call things out and whatnot. And so I knew what to expect, and yet everything was completely different. Last year, there was a big part of me that has always felt like I was in the Anne-Marie car, because I always am. Because I always catch a ride with her, because I always get to know all the behind the scenes. I get to get there way early, and I get to, feel like I'm already ahead of the game. And I get to feel like I already have all the insider information that I could ever need. This year was different. I rode with Jackie and Alex, and we got there a little bit later, on the later side, and we were struggling like since day zero. Jackie had to get her pass, and it wasn't under her name. They spelled her last name wrong, and so we had to wait for like an hour and a half. So like I already felt behind when we got to our first meeting, and then I don't know, it was just like this constant feeling that I felt for the rest of that night up until the next morning. Like I was just, like I wasn't in the Anne Marie car. Like I was just struggling to prove my worth for being there. And it was just it was the weirdest feeling, because I've never felt behind ever. Because I've always been in her car and I've always been ahead. And it was a weird, very different feeling. So first day happens, and that was my teach day. And I was gonna go like right after Anne Marie. Anne Marie was gonna do, we went and Road Less Traveled, and then it was gonna be me basically. And so last year I had the ability to do headlights with Anne Marie and throughout the week. And so I got used to the stage, and I got to like baby step my way into teaching on a Stagecoach stage, because it's very different. And so like this year I was just like, oh my God, I'm first, or basically first. Like there are 2 lessons before me, and then it's me. And so what ended up happening was that we started later, and Anne Marie didn't get to teach We Went or Road Less Traveled, and then it was just me, and I was just on. And I was like, well, and it was just like, I was gonna be first. I was gonna be the first person that everybody in the honky tonk tent sees for line dance instruction. It was incredibly nerve-wracking. I was teaching House Party, Can't Stop Us, and Shape of You, and I was terrified. I was terrified to teach House Party. But this was the start of the rest of my week. And it started with me having to like super buckle down and like become this leader, because I was gonna be first. I was gonna be the first impression that everybody sees. I was gonna be the first teacher that, you know, teaches. And usually Anne Marie takes that, and she would have. But I didn't have any time to get used to the stage. We weren't basically using it for anything. So I just kind of had to casually just walk on stage and kind of, you know, like feel like it was home, make myself feel like it was home. And so then I did it. And this is what set up the rest of the Stagecoach experience for me. Because for the rest of my time there, that's how I felt. I felt like I was always behind. I felt like I always needed to be the leader, to do all of the things, to video, to dance when other people weren't dancing, even though I didn't need to, because as an instructor, all I needed to technically do was dance on my shift, and then I was done. But that's not who I am anyway. But then that's not who I am. I wasn't at all. And I didn't have the ability to feel like I could do that at all for the rest of the week. So at any point when I was there, I was dancing on stage. I was videoing other people if I wasn't dancing on stage. I was dancing on the floor so that I could help people on the floor. This was the most stressful Stagecoach that I've ever had. Not that I've had a lot, I just had the other one. But it was just such a different feeling, because I took on the role that Anne Marie takes on 24/7. That it's just her life. That she always wants to have, to make sure that everybody else is having fun. That everybody else is, you know, like, that everything's going smoothly. That everything is being done at 110%. And that was the role that I took on for the rest of my week. And it was the most stressful thing. I started to realize how much I don't like being known as the video guy. That I was literally, not literally, Denise, Carlos, and me were basically the only people videoing all week. People might have been videoing for their Snapchat, but it wasn't anything that we could post. And it wasn't anything that we could like, hey, this was, you know, our honky tonk tent and this is us videoing. Because people don't think about that. People don't think to video to promote for later, for later. They don't future think. I literally video so many things, not necessarily to use it immediately, but because I know that in the future somebody will need this video, and it'll matter to somebody, and it'll affect somebody's life in some way. I videoed a bunch of the instructors like teaching, and I feel like, I mean, just because they would like to watch it, and I know that all of their relatives and friends would love to watch it too that couldn't go, but I feel like they could also use that video whenever they're going to teach at a later date, at a gig. Maybe if they have to prove like who they are as instructors, be like, hey, here's a video that I taught at Stagecoach, and this is how my crowd was responding. This is how great I am with people. Like, that's how I think whenever I video things. Or if there's like some like super cool moment for somebody, that, you know, like they're dancing their heart out, and I know that they are, I just want to video it, and that's just how I think. And so for the rest of the week, that's all I did. I just videoed other people. I mean, this goes to Jackie too. Like, I was just videoing her, and I kind of videoed us. But there were just so many videos that I'm not even in because nobody else videos. And it just really saddened me when I got home and there, day 2, day 3, that just nobody else does that. And that there's just so many things that I would want videoed of me and nobody does it. It just really made me sad. And so this whole week was just this large, like, mantle that I put on myself, that I needed to be and do everything so that everybody else could be happy. And it was incredibly difficult for me to just enjoy Stagecoach. I'm not saying that I didn't, but maybe it's just a shift in my own kind of personality, hanging out with Anne-Marie all the time. This is what she does. That it's not about her, and it's about everybody else. And it's being selfless and videoing other people, even when you know you want to dance the dance. It's about creating those moments for other people. It's about promoting, and it's about doing what needs to be done as opposed to what you want to do. And that's why my Stagecoach experience was super difficult. Did I have a lot of great moments? Oh, you'll see a bunch of videos of my really great moments when I finally upload them. And I did. And I'm not trying to say that I didn't, but I think that there is a definite shift in how I view everything. How I view going to bars, how I view teaching. Whenever I teach anywhere, it's not just like I'm gonna stick to my schedule and then just do that. Now I always think about the lowest common denominator, people that have never danced before a day in their life, and I just want to teach Cowboy Up so that they'll feel included. I do things like that now. Going up to people who I feel like are discouraged because I'm playing a whole bunch of hard dances or something, and I will explain it to them how line dancing works and how it's just consistency. That's who I am now. And it's hard sometimes, because sometimes I just want to enjoy, and sometimes I just want to have people video me instead of me videoing everybody else. Sometimes I just want to have people want to capture that moment of me. And sometimes I just don't want a video. But it's that thing that I know that I'm good at. I know that I'm good at videoing. I know that I'm the best at what it is. And so I will do it anyway. I told Jackie, it's like being a parent. It's like sometimes you don't want to clean a poopy diaper. Sometimes you don't want to wake up in the morning, but you know that you're going to do it anyway. And that's where I'm at. I love teaching. I love videoing. I love taking pictures. I love promoting people. But there will always be that part of me that still wants that for myself. And even if I don't get it, even if it never happens, I can't stop. I can't stop videoing. I can't stop promoting people. I can't stop taking pictures of everybody else. But I also can't stop wanting either. And that's the hardest part.